What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Brunch with DESB. Happy Sunday. I'm actually just like checking myself out in the mirror because I'm recording with a different camera today. And I don't know if I can see I don't know what I look like. I don't have a monitor or anything to like double check. And let me tell you, we're close today. I had to use my camera that's like, I don't know. It's not wide angle, I guess. I'm not really good with cameras, but let me tell you, we're up close and we're personal today. So bear with me. I went to go turn on my normal camera. What do you guys think happened? If you're a consistent listener, what do you think happened? Correct. It was dead. It was dead. And guess what I did yesterday? I charged it. All day I charged it and it was still dead. But I think our GFI went out or whatever you want to call it. So when, you have to like reset the electric thing. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, here we are. Happy Sunday, guys. Another Sunday closer to me turning 30. And some of you guys listening, you might already be in your 30s. So when you hear me talk about it, you're like, oh, shut up. Shut up. You're going to be fine. I know I'm going to be fine, but it's still such a huge, you're ushering in such a huge monument of life, especially for females. I don't know why 30 is so, I think for a lot of people, we get the societal expectation of, in your 30s, you should have a home, you should have kids, you should have this in your job, in your career. Like for some reason, women are just like set up for this standard at 30, right? So going into 30 is it's huge. It's a big milestone. Any 10 years is a big milestone. Think of when you turn 10, bitch. I know you celebrated at Chuck E. Cheese with that. Think about when you turn 20. Again, beat teen pregnancy. And then here I am turning 30. It's also amazing because I don't think we ever have enough time to live. I think even I had to go to this funeral this past week and it made me reflect on just this woman's life. And I was like, man, you look back at photos of this person's family and you're like, man, it's just, you never have enough time. We had a family member pass away who recently, she was 92. She just turned 92. Even in your 90s, it's like, you have to just sit there and go, man, I wish I could live more. I just feel like there's always, shall I say, life to be lived, I don't know. That might be the best way to say it. So we're going to talk about today my plan of action, my POA, of getting HOT to turn 30, okay? My plan to hotness, my plan to slay into my 30s. Now, if you're just 29, turning 29, turning 34, turning 35, whatever you're turning this year, let this be your guide to hotness before your birthday, okay? Don't think you only can turn 30 to use my plan of action. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to be doing. And if you want to join along, let's fucking do it. We're in crunch time, guys. As of today, when I'm recording, it's a Friday. These go live on Sunday. So bear with the change, of days. As of today, 72 days until I turn 30, 72. All right. Just missed the opportunity to do 75 hard, didn't I? Fuck. And if you know me, you know that's a big fucking joke. So we're going to talk all about that today. We have some updates. We have some exciting things. We have some gossip, some tea. I recently, hold on, let's open this together. This is my favorite part. You probably can't even see my can today. Someone tried to shit talk me this week about having fun selling my sugary energy drinks with my code. And let me tell you, every time I sip one, it reminds me absolutely, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy telling people to use my code because this is my savior. All right. This is my church. Alani is my church. All right. Any energy drink. Anyways, a few different brain dumps that I wanted to throw on you today. First thing that we had in the past week was the inauguration. All right. Our newest president, returning to presidency. I don't know what you want to say. Interesting, just little historical fact that I learned. President Trump is the first president to win 2 non-consecutive presidential runnings, whatever, since I believe it was Grover Cleveland. That's crazy. So anyways, I heard that on TV, thought I wanted to share it with you. Another fun fact is the other week when Jimmy Carter died, our president Jimmy Carter from, light years ago, whatever. I saw an article, there was only 4, mistake me, it could have been 5, pretty sure it was 4 living presidents to attend his funeral. Isn't that crazy when you think about it? Like, out of all the presidents we've ever had in the United States of America, there's only 4 alive. Like, it just goes to show, like how long the terms are. And not just that, it shows how fucking old everyone is. How fucking old everyone is. It pisses me off. So that if that tells you something, we need to fix it. Okay. Now, granted, I don't think you need to have like a 35-year-old in office because, listen, we're still changing our mind every day. I think there needs to be a sense of maturity. I get that. But do we need to be 70 plus to be in as a president? Like, no, please God, stop. So regardless, we had Inauguration Day. Now, that's not even what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about 2 different things that happened. Number 1, Carrie Underwood's mic, like her music system, fucked up. She started, she stopped, she started, it had to go again. Now, listen, Carrie Underwood's been here before, okay? We saw her on American Idol. We know she has this raw talent. But as you age, as you also, fun fact, as you get Botox, fillers, things done with your face, especially like around the mouth area, this can change the way that you speak. Therefore, it could change the way that you sing. So during the evolution of an artist, you're going to hear them sound different on top of just aging, right? So Carrie Underwood's been here before, but has she been here lately? Probably not, okay? So how embarrassing to be performing at the inauguration, millions and millions of Americans watching you, and someone can't figure out the fucking music chord? Like, what is going on in the White House that we can't even get proper music system set up, you know? So anyways, that was number 1. It was just kind of crazy because, again, it's the inauguration. How are we fucking up the inauguration? Wild. Okay, that was number 1. It was kind of, whatever. She ended up sounding great. She sounded, she's lyrically blessed. She's amazing. And, singing any form of like American song like that is high stress. She pulled it together and she persevered. We have all seen our fair share of people who get on a national stage singing a song that we should all know, and they blank and they forget the lyrics. It's high pressure. And if you've never seen it, consider yourself blessed, because I haven't. It is so incredibly embarrassing. I'm not ever embarrassed for the person who forgot because they like suck. I'm just embarrassed for them because I imagine the pressure and I would probably do the same thing. Like, it's crazy what stress and pressure can do. So that was number 1. Number 2, we roll into Billy Ray Cyrus. Okay, he showed up to the inauguration. He was singing, whatever. Like, Old Town Road was on, and I didn't even recognize he was out on stage. I'm pulling up a post of what the Trace Cyrus said on him. So his performance, I mean, like I'm telling you guys, he looked so disheveled. He looked like he belonged on the set of Shameless. Like, it was nuts. And if you haven't looked at it or like saw it, go look. Trace Cyrus says, "Since my earliest memories, all I can remember is being obsessed with you and thinking you were the coolest person ever. I wanted to be just like you. Sadly, the man that I wanted so desperately to be like, I barely recognize now. It seems this world has beaten you down and it's become obvious to everyone but you. Me and the girls have genuinely worried about you for years, and you've pushed all of us away. Noah desperately has wanted you to be a part of her life, and you haven't been there for her. That's your baby girl. She deserves better. Somehow, just like me, she still idolizes you, though. We are all hanging on to memories of the man we once knew, hoping for the day he returns." Now, this is really heartbreaking because I am a fan of Metro Station. You guys remember, Shay, 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 a shake it, shake. They had a few other bangers too. So that's the son. You obviously had Noah, who's come out with, she's had a few bangers, okay? And then you had Hannah Montana, and of course you had her dad playing her dad, like an iconic role, and I think a lot of us here grew up watching that. This is so heartbreaking to hear, including just, back in 2020, Old Town Road came out, and he kind of like had this resurgence of like, pop the fuck off, right? So to see him come out on stage disheveled, to know there is a management team behind him who either, number 1, forced him to be on stage, booked this for him when he wasn't well, or has not gotten him help. It's crazy. Now, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. However, like he just made such an embarrassment of himself, his children. Like at some point we were all questioning Miley Cyrus, you know, why are you not friends with your dad anymore? Like what's going on? You guys grew up on this show together. Why aren't you supportive of him? Now it's like, oh, I get it. Like shit is always going on. And I think it's important to, again, like celebrities are just like us. But if anything, their situations can be magnified because we all know about it. And it's just heartbreaking. I'm very sad for them. And especially like as a fan of, you know, Billy Ray, like achy breaky heart, all this shit, right? Like it's sad to know that there's something darker going on. I just hope he gets the help that he needs because it was incredibly hard to see, to watch, and then to read these like recaps of, you know, what Trace Cyrus is now saying, and now understanding that there is like a twist in the family, which led me to then, I put a note down here, growing up and realizing your family isn't what you thought is probably one of the hardest things to understand and to grasp. Like, I think we all have our fair share of, oh, that cousin that I had isn't that nice of a person, you know, and you don't realize that till you grow up and you see these things. Or, oh, I understand why my mom never wanted to be around my aunt. Like, mind you, I'm making stuff up. So growing up and realizing like, oh, my family's dysfunctional. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't recognize that as a kid because that shows that, you know, my family put me in the position to not see those negative things. But growing up, it really sucks when you realize like, oh, things weren't like they were, or like someone dies. Like typically when family members die too, a lot of things change. Like when my great grandma and great grandpa passed away, that was like a glue to our family that like none of us understood, you know? And then when my grandpa passed away and then my other grandma and grandpa on the other side, like it's just crazy how fast dynamics change when you have to deal with loss. And so in this case, Billy Ray's family, you know, the Cyruses are oddly enough probably dealing with loss in a different way. And I think it's even more painful when you lose someone and they're very much still alive, but they're so lost, they might as well be dead. It's tragic. So if you guys haven't caught up on that story, you please go like TikTok it and shit. It is nuts. It's very sad. Next up, Gen Z. God, I was thinking about you guys this week. If you're listening and you're Gen Z, I think I'm technically a Zillennial. So I guess when I talk Gen Z, I don't necessarily mean Gen Z anymore. I more so mean I think it's like Gen X and the new generation beta. So I feel like my messages here I'm directing to anyone younger than, I feel like 24. Like if you're 24 or younger, I feel like this message is directed to you. I was thinking this week about experiences I had when I was younger, things that, you know, got me excited. We just booked my trip for my 30th birthday. We'll get into in a second. And I was thinking, just reflecting on my life about what's the last thing that really got me like super excited as a kid. And I was thinking about TRL, Total Request Live, early morning television, putting on Jumpstart as I got ready for school. Like I was just kind of reflecting on these things that shaped me, oddly enough, growing up. And it made me think specifically of TRL and how fun that show was and the excitement of coming home from school and having something to watch because we weren't like on our phones all day, right? So like having the screen time was a sacred time because we didn't like walk around with screens at the time necessarily, right? Or if we had a phone, it was like simply to play like the game like Snake and shit, you know? So I thought of the idea of what shows like TRL, what TV, what the Ellen Show, Oprah, fucking whatever you watched, the Tyra Show, y'all remember that? And I also thought about new TV shows coming out and how much patience we've lost, how much excitement we've lost, and how much like anxiousness, like meaning excitement, has like left though. So like I was about to watch Severance the other day. The brand new season 2 came out. I went to go push play and Wyatt was like, where's the rest of the season? I was like, oh, well, like one episode comes out per week, you know? He goes, that's so bullshit. Like, I'm so tired of only having one episode a week. I was like, Wyatt, like that's how we grew up. Like that is TV, you know, but everything is so on demand now. We've like completely abolished the idea of like having patience, generating excitement, generating, you know, the anxiousness of what's going to happen in a show, because I feel like we're so, our attention span is so fleeting. And so then again, I'm reflecting on these 30 years of my life and how I kind of grew up in this golden age. Like for real, I didn't really get internet full, let's call it full access internet. Like I didn't really get to like browse all day until I was literally 15. Like I was a freshman in high school. I made my first Twitter account, literally in the school library. I made my Instagram account, same Instagram account to this day. And I had already had MySpace. I think I got MySpace in 7th grade or 8th grade, and like then Facebook and stuff. But I wasn't like chronically online either. Like it wasn't, we didn't, if you're my age, you know, like we didn't use it like that, right? So to think of like the half of my life that I've been on the internet versus like not, I'm just so grateful I was able to achieve and live a lifestyle in part of my life genuinely like offline. You know what I mean? Like not just because of what I might have posted that I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I shared that, you know, but just honestly in the endeavor of like going outside, having excitement for like TV shows, High School Musical, Disney Movie Channel premieres, like things that I just don't think people understand nowadays. The excitement of, you know, is specifically like kids and, you know, teens and stuff. Everything is just at their fingers. I mean, half these teenagers are also like shopping at Sephora, shopping at fucking Saks Fifth Avenue, like shopping at, you know, Abercrombie and in H&M and Zara and all these places. Like Abercrombie and Fitch was like a luxury for us. My sister and I, most of the time when we would shop, we went to Plato's Closet, which was like a resale store, which I still donate so many clothes to them. They give you like literally 50 cents for it. But for me, like I know how much it mattered to me as a teenager to like look cool, but not have to spend to look cool. And I like to give back in that way. So whether they give me 50 cents for like a nice ass pair of jeans or not, I don't care. Cause I hope someone finds them and like has that confidence that it gave me. Because we couldn't afford like going to Abercrombie and Hollister and all these places. My favorite Christmas tradition was that my mom and my dad for Christmas would always get me and Michaela a Abercrombie jacket. That was our like big spend of the year. My mom, she had a Gap credit card, an Old Navy credit card. They worked, I think, simultaneously, or maybe it's the other way around. We'd always go to Old Navy though for our back to school shopping. She would like ring up the credit card just to like pay it off so that we would go again next year. You know, like that was our life. And so to think of like those experiences as a kid that like, again, Gen X, maybe Gen Beta, will probably never have as crazy. I'm just really grateful for my childhood. And it stemmed from me thinking about TRL, like how hyped that show was to come home, put it on, maybe do your homework, maybe just sit down, like do whatever you wanted to do and just watch this show with like, I mean, no interruptions. Like even all of high school, like you in high school, you would post on Instagram and then like not get on the app for like 8 days. Like it just wasn't a thing, you know? And it's insane. I don't think Instagram/social media really popped off till like I was in college. And that's where like we had like Yik Yak. Oh my God, if you guys remember Yik Yak. We had like WMU crushes on Twitter, but it almost like equates to me more like a WMU like Barstool energy of like what they would post. What else do we have? Do you guys remember Cha Cha? Like Ask Cha Cha? I'm just hoping you guys are like, yes, bitch, yes. Like I said, Yik Yak, that was a crazy one. We would always post like parties and like addresses. Life just like it passes so fast, guys. It's the most beautiful evolution. It's crazy. I can't believe I'm here. Like, and I think when you come across these monumental birthdays as such that I'm experiencing here soon, it causes for a much deeper reflection than just like, oh, another year older. You know, I'm really like finding this time of reflecting on my birthday, very emotional. You know, a lot has happened and just 30 years on this earth. Think of your age right now, wherever you're at. Think of your heart has worked nonstop for 29 years for me, right? Like my body has been able to wake up every day. I've been able to walk almost walk every day, but I was hurt quite a few times that I couldn't walk. But regardless, like our body has worked every day. Our eyes have been able to see every day. Our noses have been able to smell. And some people don't have that luxury too. So like whatever your body gets to do for you, like what a blessing. You know, it's fascinating, honestly. Like it's amazing. That's all I can say. Like I really just think it's such a wonder and a wonder of the world. Like the ninth wonder of the world is our hearts. You know, I don't care if that's cheesy. So, okay, let's move forward. Few different launches this week and shows returning. So I just want to announce to everyone, The Night Agent is back. Why it's out there, but I want you to know the actor on The Night Agent is so cute. He's so handsome. And another show, shit, The Night Agent, and oh my God, I'm blanking. It's coming on Netflix too. Hold on, I texted it to Wyatt. Let me look it up. So The Night Agent is officially back. Like this season is like live. You guys have to watch it. It's so good. The next one that went live is, okay, here we go. The Recruit. Oh my God, if you guys have never watched The Recruit, go watch it right now. The lead actor on there, he looks like Noah Beck. Noah Beck is like literally 11, so I'm not trying to be weird, but Noah Beck is so cutie patootie. He's very baby girl. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but very golden retriever baby girl. So The Recruit, Night Agent, White Lotus, Handmaid's Tale, Stranger Things, Love is Blind, Severance is like technically already back. I think Presumed Innocence, Monkey Business, or whatever. There's so many good shows coming out this year in resurging. So The Night Agent is officially live. You guys have to watch it. It's a great show, great energy, great vibes. Show-wise, I still haven't watched The Substance. I still haven't watched the movie The Juror. Those were my 2 on my list this week. I haven't been able to. I really would love to watch a movie tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to. I have family coming in. I'm just talking to myself. But regardless, no other new shows that I really watched this week except Beast Games. Oh my God, if you guys have not watched the Beast Games yet, it's on Amazon Prime. Very good. Honestly, Mr. Beast is like, he's incredible. Like, I really enjoy his content, and the Beast Games is so high budget, dude. Like, it's been a really fun show to watch. So make sure that you guys go watch it simply so that we can get those streams up so Amazon knows like to bring back another season. I love challenge games, and I love that they kind of mimicked the Squid Games on purpose, because the people that are in these games, they're not like the most fit people. Some of them are fit, some of them are tall, some of them are short, some of them are black, some of them are white, some of them are Hispanic, some of them are Indian, some of like it. There's no, oh, this person's gonna win because they're the fittest. Like that doesn't work here like that. And that's what I really love. Is like anyone can walk out of this with that $5 million who you would have never expected to win. So I'm really excited. $5 million. Can you imagine winning that? That is generational wealth. Like you and the rest of your family for the rest of their lives wouldn't have to work if you took care of it correctly. Like that's insane. That's insane. So that's new. And that's kind of it. So lastly, launches. We had Buff Bunny a couple weeks ago now. We had Petula. We had Paragon. We had Hydro Jug. EXO Collection, which I have right here. And I think that was it. Other than my challenge, going live next week. So you guys have a week until it goes live. If you pre-register, though, you get access Saturday, and we'll talk about that. So those are the launches specifically for this week. Petula, like I said, and I told you guys, they popped off, okay? But I'm not going to lie, the prices were a little bit steep for some of the items that the quality, I feel like, just like wasn't there for. Like the lounge set, so comfy. I didn't like look at the pricing. I was like, oh, like this is like a thinner material. It's still so cozy for like at home, So I was like, oh, cool. Maybe like a $30, whatever. No, like the price was high. The Apres sweatshirt, again, I got it. They gave it to me and I was like, oh my God, I love this. It's cozy. It looks like it would be super scratchy, but it's not. Again, I'm like, oh, maybe like $70, like I get it. There's small business and it's definitely high quality stuff. No, dude, it was $110. Like, that kind of rubbed me, this launch. I'll be honest, like I was like, okay, not my favorite for that reason. But the overall like launch, the mood board, the aesthetic, This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. I talk about BetterHelp a lot, seeing as that it's benefited me in the past 2 years. Some people think, maybe, things have to get really bad until you can go to therapy. You're like, I'm not depressed. Why do I need therapy? But really, therapy is a tool to where you're using it before things were to get worse and to avoid being at your lowest low. I don't know about you, but why the fuck would you want to get to your lowest low before you climb out to the top again, right? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on your camera. You don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to put on pajamas. You could be naked wherever you're at and do a therapy session with your therapist. So for me personally, I like to put my AirPods in. I'll walk around my desk room. I'll go for a walk outside when it's nice out, whatever it may be. And that's what works for me. It is customizable and it is more affordable than most in-person therapy. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. And girls, don't forget to get on BetterHelp.com/DESB and put in that discount code. If you forget that, you do not get that 10% off your first month. And that is the deal with being a listener of Brunch with DESB. The most important launch and update that is on the horizon here is my brand new Renew Challenge. It is officially launched, shared, out of the bag. It's called Renew. I wanted to use this because the point of Renew is a new year, renewing a vow to yourself, allowing in new energy, whatever that means to you. And again, the whole premise of this starting in February is that if you didn't start something in January, you still have time, and I think the Renew starting in March is perfect because it actually takes us up right before spring break. So if any of you guys have some major goals for spring break, we have your back. We are doing something special too. Not only if you sign up, pre-register, you get access to join for just $99, coached challenge for $289, typically $117 and $307. So you're definitely getting like a huge savings on that if you sign up quick. But also, if you have never done a challenge before, if you have never bought a program before, I am giving a code to all new customers of the BFit app. You can use code NEW in all caps, NEW, and you can get your challenge for 25% off. This includes coached and uncoached. So if you want to take advantage of that, give us a chance. That will apply only to the challenge. It's not going to apply for any other programs. But if you want to join your first ever challenge with us, create your first BFit like training login, all of those things, you'll be able to use that. Since we're offering this, it's not just because it's just a random challenge, but like we're really coming out with a new era of DBFT with myself and my coaches, and I'm just excited. I'm really pumped. It's full circle, just renewing the vow to yourself and me renewing the vow to myself. DBFT, man, I started it like literally I was 21 years old when I started it. And it happened. And technically I was 20. Like oddly enough, I was 20. I was selling 6-week workout plans on campus at Western to people who wanted them. And they would cash at me $20 to $40, I think. And that's where it started, and it just morphed into what I do. And it's really special. So I'd love for you guys to join us. It's a 6-week challenge. We're going to have, all our prizes. We're giving away a Garmin watch. We're going to have Paragon gift cards and Amazon gift cards and cash prizes and weekly habits. And all of our coaches are going to be helping and educational posts weekly. Like we really want to equip you guys in this 6 weeks to walk away a better you, a renewed you, literally. So that leads me to kind of telling you guys how I'm going to get hot before 30, because this is like literally my game plan. Okay. The reason that I want to feel my best for 30 is that we're actually going to the Bahamas for my 30th. So I know I told you guys we're maybe going to do Hawaii and this and that. We're actually going to do the Bahamas, me, Wyatt, the kids, and we're bringing our 2 friends as well. Our friend, coincidentally, is also our nanny. So I'm always very transparent. We have a nanny that helps us 3 times a week. She stays for kind of like my work hours, my big work hours, 10 to 5. And again, I'm only honest about that because like if it wasn't for her, I genuinely wouldn't be able to like do things like this, like record my podcast, edit my podcast, do my client check-ins, do client calls, like all of the things. Like it's such a blessing to have that and be able to work in the home. Because I did without a nanny for way too long, and it tore my mental health apart. Like, I was not in a good space. I was actually going to get on antidepressants in pregnancy with Archie because I was just spread so thin, and it was so unhealthy. So I couldn't be more grateful. She's literally been with us since Maddox was 15 months old. So she's amazing. So anyways, her and her husband are going with us too. And I'm excited because not only do we have our friends going with us, but our nanny legitimately is I'm willing to take that role of supporting you with the kids so that you and Wyatt can go out and have fun and, all these things. So this is a big trip for us. Like, this is a big milestone, and this is going to be probably our last trip before all the kids are like in school, where it's like a legit vacation. Like, when we go to Florida and stuff, we stay with Wyatt's dad. I don't want to say, it's not a vacation, but like, it's not much, right? Like, we're basically just getting on a plane to stay with someone who's like housing us, feeding us, all the things, right? So this is like a big trip. So we're going to the Bahamas. We're going to go to Atlantis. We're going to go for a week. And I just want to feel my best. Like, honestly, if I were to have to be pushed out into a bikini right now, like, I would be okay. But I still want to like put in the work and make it worth like the excitement of counting down to something. So for me, I'm counting down to my birthday, which is April 6th. This is going to be like the perfect timeline too, because not only do we have 73 days from like today, our challenge starts February 9th. Okay. It goes until March 22nd. Okay. That gives me like literally 2 weeks until my birthday, which is crazy. All right. The only odd part is that March 16th, our Power Hour program goes live. It is a 21-day program. It's a 3-week program. This is going to be a very high intensity program. Okay. Workouts are still going to be less than an hour. That's why we're calling it Power Hour. In the Power, it's POW3ER. So it's standing for like 3, as in 3 weeks. Hour meaning less than an hour a day, but like, it's going to be like a 5 to 6 day a week program. It's meant to be a 3-week sprint to whatever goal you kind of have in mind. So for us going on spring break, that's going to be our sprint. If you have a vacation coming up, if you have a wedding coming up, if you are getting married, if you are going on a vacation like next year and you want to use it for a 3-week like hustle program, that's all it is. It's meant to be like this kind of quick, let's make some goals. Also, 21 days is a really great time to like reel in your nutrition. So it's like the perfect amount of time to see those minimal changes that'll just make you feel like that little bit more confident. So it's going to be, for me, like the cherry on top, tying the bow and the knot on the top of the present to lead me right to my birthday. So that oddly is going to start the last week of the challenge, but it's because it's available to anyone. So like if you want to do it and you're like not in the challenge, it still is available for you as of the 16th. Also, it's not like a challenge. So like if you wanted to buy it or you wanted to get it in the membership, you wanted to use it, you could start the 17th. You could, whatever. I'm just personally going to go hard starting the 16th till my birthday on the 6th, which is also when we literally leave for the Bahamas. So it's like the perfect time for me to like reel it the fuck in. So that's going to be free for all members. So if you're a member, it's going to go right into your plans tab. You'll be able to utilize it whenever, however, whenever you want to. Also, it's a 3-week program, but if you wanted to run the program quote unquote twice and do it for 6 weeks, you could. If you wanted to run it for twice, but only do like 4 or 5 weeks, you could. It's just set up as a 3-week program. Okay. So that's my plan of action in terms of how I'm going to move my body. So for the challenge, I'm going to keep it kind of low key. I'm going to turn it up to 5 days a week again, because I've been doing New Year Busy Me. So I want to kick it up to 5 days a week. I want to get back on tracking my protein a little bit more consistently. It's been a little bit hard with dairy free. Don't think Evie has a dairy allergy. Either number 1, never did, or number 2 is like growing out of it, which is very common for babies as well. So hopefully I can reintroduce like a lot of my easy like protein shakes and things and like Greek yogurts, things that I miss dearly. But I really want to focus up on my protein. With our challenge, I'm also including, if you sign up before February 4th, a meal prep guide. So I made sure that this kind of had things that you guys can decipher, like meal portion sizing, like having protein the size of your palm, fats the size of your thumb, like stuff like that. I'm going to be using that to just kind of like create better plates for myself. I'm not tracking anything. I'm not doing anything like that, but I simply want to make sure I'm portion sizing and having good ratios of food, vegetables, fruits, different things as well. while also keeping a balance, because that's what my life personally is about. So February, I'm going to like start on the 2nd. The first 3 weeks of the first split, I'm going to keep it pretty good. I'm probably going to do 3 sessions of 20 minutes of cardio. That second split, I'm probably going to crank it up to 4 or 5 sessions of 20 to 30 minutes. I'll probably vary, like maybe, one day I'll do a 20-minute run. The next day I'll do like a 30-minute walk. The one day I might do a 30-minute bike ride on the Peloton. The next day I might do a 20-minute jog. Like I'm going to kind of vary it in terms of intensities, because not every cardio routine needs to be that highest intensity possible. I also don't want my body to get too stressed out to where my cortisol levels go out and then I just look inflamed and my body doesn't respond, okay? Also, mind you, I'm trying to maintain my breast milk supply, which I have plenty of a supply. I know what I'm doing in that sense, but the point is I want to take you guys how I'm going to transform my body while also maintaining that supply too. So that's going to be, again, first 3 weeks, I'm going to kind of start to rev it up a little bit. Second 3 weeks, that's going to take me all the way to that March 16th through the 22nd. That's when I'm going to start Power Hour. Power Hour is going to include cardio, okay? To be used how you need it. Everyone's always asking me, does this include cardio? Does your plans include cardio? 10 out of 10 times, they never do. You know why? Because cardio is so dependent on what your body needs, how your body already operates, how much you're outputting in a day naturally anyways. Do you work a sedentary job? Are you on your feet a lot? Do you walk a lot? Do you not? Like, there's so many reasons why personalized cardio cannot be just a broad number thrown out into the abyss, okay? However, I am going to include cardio in this program for you as the consumer to tailor to what you need. So if this cardio says 20-minute HIIT treadmill sprints, and you know that you don't need 20 minutes, it is your responsibility to say, okay, instead of that, I'm going to do a 20-minute incline walk. Or, oh, I'm just not going to do cardio today. Or, oh, instead of 20 minutes, I'm going to do 10. It's up to you to make it what you need. And that's so important to remember, because if someone's just out of the air without having any data on you, going, oh yeah, do 4 sessions of 20 minutes of cardio or whatever, like probably not. Okay. Like so many different factors go into what should be prescribed for you personally. Now, following a general cardio guidance, okay, you could do it for a week and then be able to go, okay, that feels like a lot for me. I'm going to tame it down. But again, it's important for you to be able to do that, or else you're going to screw yourself, I promise. So this will include high intensity cardio recommendations, for better lack of terms. It's going to have 5 days of workouts, all of which being like strength and hypertrophy based, some being like cardio driven, circuit driven as well. Again, the goal here is caloric output, in getting our workouts done, in our cardio done in under an hour. So again, Power Hour, this means workouts and cardio in combination. So most workouts would probably be around like 40 minutes. That gives you at least 20 minutes of cardio on average. Or if you do a quicker workout, you're done in 30, then you do 30 of cardio, etc. The goal is you're not there longer than an hour. If you personally decide to be, that's your call. If you don't pay attention to our rest periods and you're on your phone dicking around and all of a sudden your workout takes you an hour and a half, that's your fault, not mine. Get in the gym, do your fucking work, get in, get out. Like so many people, oh, I'm there for so long. How long are you scrolling? How long are you on your phone in between sets? Like I have this talk with Wyatt all the time. I'm like, you were gone a long time at the gym. What were you doing? He was like, oh, like my workout took a while. I was like, how long were you on your phone? He's like, well, like, I got stuck scrolling a little bit. It's like, yeah, like get off your phones. Check what you need to do. Work. Like that's why I love my workout, like rest timer on my phone. I'll push start. I might be walking around the gym scrolling my phone for a second, but then I get a notification at the top of my phone that says, Be Fit rest timer has gone off. And I'm like, okay, shit, it's time to get back to work. Like those keep me going. So, maybe don't be off your phone. If you want to enjoy scrolling TikTok in between your rest periods, that's fine, but then hold yourself accountable to get back to work. Okay. Now that's what I'm going to do in terms of workouts. So that's going to lead me right up to my birthday, right up literally to turning 30. And let me tell you, I'm going to look sexy in the Bahamas. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my tan, because like, I don't want to go pasty, but I also I don't want to use a tanning bed. I haven't been in a tanning bed since like 2014, probably literally 10 years. Yeah. No, I lied. No, I'm not lying. 2014, probably like literally, I haven't been in a tanning bed since I was 20. Like seriously, probably not, actually 19. Sorry, since I was 19, because last time I used a tanning bed was before Wyatt and I were together. So that's crazy to think about. But regardless, I don't know what to do. I guess if you guys have any recommendations, let me know, because I don't want to like load up on a fake tan, but I don't want to like go there looking pasty either. Yeah, that part does kind of suck. So I also don't want to go there and burn. But I'm not like, I really hate the tan. Like, I don't want to even go to the tanning bed. But do I? I don't know. Is that weird to say? Like, what do I do? I want to look good, but I also don't want to like go there and burn my fucking brains out. I also don't like to sit in the sun that much. I don't know what to do. Okay, anyways. So that's my goal. I'm going to be looking good, feeling great. And I'm going to enjoy my time there. Like, I'm going to go drink. I'm going to go eat. Like, what is enjoying your life? What is enjoying a vacation? What is enjoying anything? If you're stuck on the mantra that you have to like stay perfect, like I have so many clients who go on vacations and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, I'm stressed about going on vacation. Like, what should I do? I'm like, enjoy it. Like what is the hard work we all put in the gym, in our life, in our diet, if we don't get to also enjoy the opposite end? Like that is why we work so hard to maintain our health, is so that we can have that experience and it doesn't ruin us and it doesn't wreak havoc on our bodies. Like, hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Yeah. You know? So that's kind of my goal for my 30s in terms of like what I'm going to do, cardio I'm going to do. And I'm going to be getting my treadmill here soon. That was Wyatt and I's Christmas gift to each other. We're like, hey, no other big gifts, but like, we're going to do this. We got a treadmill. Knowing that just like a lot of our activity goes on in the house and like, that's okay. But I really want to do a half marathon this year and I'm going to need ability to like train and stuff. So we had a treadmill. So I really want to incorporate some runs, some sprints, which is what you'll see in the cardio program. The Power Hour program is going to be home and gym based, but again, the cardio is probably going to revolve around equipment naturally. So when it's like 20 minutes of cardio, I'm going to expect, you know, you to maybe have access to a treadmill, or if you're like, maybe can run outside. So if it's like run for 15 seconds, walk for 10, you know, run outside, stop for 10 and then run again, you know, like treat it the same way you would on a treadmill. But the overall added cardio will be like a timed amount with a machinery specifically. But if you can't do that, instead of 20-minute treadmill, then look up on YouTube 20-minute HIIT cardio. Like there is literally no fucking excuse for anyone anywhere. Like honestly, like you cannot look at me and say, oh, I don't have the equipment, or oh, I don't have whatever. Like literally, yeah, you do. What were we all doing during COVID, babe? We were using fucking Tide Pods in gallons of milk as weights. Like never ever look at me and say, oh, I can't move my body. Like, yes, you fucking can. And in this case, again, this is Power Hour specifically, is meant to be a high intensity program. So like if you're not there yet, that's okay. This is also not for you. You know what I mean? We have plenty of other programs for that reason. I want there to be some variety. The last thing I will say too with our Renew challenge is that when you open up the workout, it's actually going to give you the option to choose home or gym based or dumbbell only. The reason I did this is because dumbbell only workouts can be number one for someone at home, or number two, someone who's just like a little bit shy in the gym and doesn't want to take up space. First off, you deserve to take up space, but also I understand. And so I wanted to make sure that there was a dumbbell only option for all the workouts. When you go to do these workouts too, there are going to be built-in notes in every workout for like, if pregnant, make sure you do this. If postpartum, maybe try this. Or in general, there's always alternate exercises. If you look at something and in your current body, wherever it is, you go, you know what? I don't feel like squatting today. I'm going to do this instead. There's going to be an option for you. I have done all my own programming, all my own programs, challenges, membership workouts, etc. literally since 2019. 2018, 2019, I was like getting done competing. So some of my programming was specific to like bikini professional training, right? But ever since then, since I stopped competing and got pregnant, like all my programs I do, you do. So when you see me 39 weeks pregnant, busting out a fucking challenge, like you better believe you can too. Like there's no excuse. You can make it what you need to. You can adjust it how you want to. Don't want to do 3 sets? Okay, fucking delete it. Do 2. I am the biggest advocate of saying that workouts are always a blueprint. It doesn't matter who you buy them from, where you buy them, who made them, who does them. They're always a blueprint to you on any given day. On a random Thursday, I might be feeling a little bit different than I felt last Friday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to adjust that workout to what I need it to be. And it's so important to have that mindset, or else working out becomes a chore. And when it becomes a chore, it becomes not fun. And that's when a lot of people give up. When they give it up completely, is that it's not fun anymore. Okay? Let it be fun. If you want a day where you're like, man, I'm just really not feeling legs today, don't fucking do it. Or do 2 of the movements and then do the rest of like what feels fun. Like, do you want a reverse lunge instead of squat? Do you want a leg press instead of leg extension? Like, the minute that you make it overcomplicated is the minute you fail. Don't let it be overcomplicated. Enjoy it. Be grateful. Have fun. You see 5 days a week on the workout schedule. You can only do 3. Okay. Pick 3 of the workouts. One day, 1 week, you get to do 4 workouts. Okay, which other one do you want to do? Like, having options is also fun. And that's how I formulate my workouts and my plans. And I fucking stand by them. Like, don't look at me and be like, how do you look like that? First off, sure, I've worked my fucking ass off for years. Like, my body's going to look different than yours or someone who's even worked harder than me, longer than me. But also, number 2, I do the same shit any of you guys do. I am not sitting here doing things that I'm not transparent and open about. I work out in my fucking basement and I eat any food that I can for my breast milk production. Like, I am in the same boat as you guys. Movement is medicine. That's how I operate. Okay. So that's my spiel this week, but that's how I'm going to get hot before 30. Like, it's literally what would be 6, 7, 8. It's 9 weeks, 9 weeks of hardcore pushing. Or, I should say phased pushing. Because like I said, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So really, every 3 weeks, I'm kind of taking that step up. First 3 weeks, week 1 through 3 of the challenge, I'm cruising into it. Next 3 weeks, weeks 4 through 6 of the challenge, I'm revving it up a little bit. Last 3 weeks, AKA the 9 weeks up to power hour, it's kind of like 8.5, 9 weeks. That's when I'm going fucking ham. I'm going fucking ham for 3 weeks, maybe like 2.5 weeks, but still. I'm excited. I hope to have you guys along with it. Again, challenges are separate. So if you want to join Renew, this is separate because you get to keep the program, you get to keep the meal prep guide, you get to keep the mini nutritional guide, all the things, right? But if you're in the membership, Power Hour is going to be included. So if you do the challenge, you'll get a discount on Power Hour if you want to purchase it single, like by itself, or you join the membership and you'll still get a discount if you join the challenge. Or, don't do the challenge, that's fine, but just be ready for Power Hour. I also have some 95 baby merch coming out. You guys are going to love it. I'm not going to ruin it here because honestly, I feel like people would copy me and like I don't fuck with that right now. Like this idea for this merch I've been stewing on for over a year and it's important to me. And so when it comes out, you guys are going to be like, fuck yeah. But until then, I'm not telling you because I don't want it to be ruined. So that's all on the agenda this week, as I really wanted to just tell you guys about my plan to 30, my P230, okay? C3PO, period. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Happy Sunday. As always, I appreciate you guys listening. Make sure if you need extra mental support during this time in the winter, like I'm looking outside, it's just so dull outside, please choose BetterHelp. Please use code DESB for 10% off your first month. I always say this, just give it a month. Like even just do 1 month, see how it feels. You know what I mean? Like there's no harm. Like whoever walked out of therapy and went, oh shit, I should have never tried therapy. Like said no one ever, it's always a good place to start. So let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback. I'll forward them to management. I am management. I am the management. So that's not really that funny, but I love you guys. Happy Sunday. Mwah. I'll see you next week.